Hey everybody, this is JP with InkSoft, and I've put together this quick video to showcase 4 enhancements that will be going live in our upcoming software release. So let me share the first of the 4, and we've made some substantial updates to the header. Now, of course, the header of an online store is the topmost portion of the online store, and that contains the store logo or store name. It also contains the navigation, so your customers can quickly navigate through your online store. So the first thing that you'll notice is we've increased the font size in the header, and we've made the font and the text bold. So this is just a clearer way to present navigation to help your customers make decisions about how they want to navigate your online store. Now, the other enhancement that relates to the header is some new functionality. So let me show you that now. So I'm going to go ahead and activate edit mode, and I'll click edit once I hover my mouse over the header component, and that's going to invoke some options. So on the left-hand sidebar, you'll notice under options there's some new functionality here. The first one is store link. So let's say that you want to cross-promote another online store, or let's say that you're using a main online store for your sort of main business landing page, and you want to create a directory of other online stores. So the first option you see, it says store link. So if I go ahead and toggle, I have now a drop down of all the active online stores that I've created, and I can go ahead and select those online stores and choose what will display in that drop down. So you'll notice now I have a stores drop down, so I can go ahead and toggle that on and off. That's an option. I can choose the stores I want to display in that drop down, and I can even override the text that displays. So let's say it'd be more appropriate to brand this as fundraising stores or potentially online shops. Whatever is relevant and whatever you think is most effective, you can go ahead and override the actual text that would represent that particular navigation item. So that's a new addition based on popular request. You also notice right below that the ability to control whether you want to activate the shop link. So shop is really a product catalog. So let's say that you have 100 products assigned to that particular store, and maybe you have on the homepage, you're featuring or you're showcasing certain range of those products. So shop is really a product catalog that's going to warehouse all of the products that are active and assigned to that particular online store. So now you have the ability to choose whether you want to display that or not. So that's no longer a default fixed option. So this has relevance when you have a lot of products. It probably doesn't have relevance if you're just featuring a small range of products on the homepage, which you have control over using product list components. Now you also have the ability to override the text that displays. So by default, it will say shop, but you can override this and make this say products if you should choose, or shop now. Whatever you think would drive attention and action, you have the flexibility to control the name. So a quick summary of header updates. We've increased the boldness, the font size. We've given you now the ability to choose to display links to other online stores. You have the ability to display a product catalog link and override the names of these items. Now the next thing I'll show is, let's go ahead and go back to our sidebar here, and I'm going to click Settings, and I'll click Social Media. So at the very top of this control panel here, you'll notice Display Social Media Share Buttons. Make social sharing easier for your customers by displaying social media share buttons throughout your online store. So you can choose to activate this. Now, when you activate it, what's going to happen is that's going to display a social media bar. I'm going to go ahead and save my changes here so I can show you what this looks like. So if I go back to my homepage, you'll notice I have this persistent social media bar that displays on the left-hand side. So if I go to a new product page or any other page, that continues to display. So it's a great way to let your customers share. They can share a specific product. They can share a specific page by clicking that function from the left-hand side. Now that differs. We've always had the ability to display social media links in the footer of your online store, and that's really intended to promote your social media channels, whereas that hovering and floating persistent social media bar is a great way to let your customers take action and share on their social media channels. So a lot of social media value, inbound links, awareness, exposure, perpetual marketing. So very positive update. Now the last thing that I will share is we've added some new previews to the way components display in the component library. So if I activate the component library by clicking the blue plus icon at the very bottom right corner, so rather than displaying live previews, we're now displaying representations. Now this is much easier to understand what that component may do and how it will perform and the function it may have. So especially if you have a new employee, new team members as we continue to grow this component library, which we will continuously. This is just a quick and simple reference point for what that component looks like. So for example, I chose the product list component. I can choose to have one product, a two product component, 3, 4, and I get to see exactly what that looks like. So again, that's an update from what we've offered previously, which is actually a live preview. So this is just simpler, and it's actually a lot quicker too in terms of display. So those are 4 updates that you'll see along with a bunch of other behind the scenes optimizations, some bug squashing. We've actually made some updates to tax decision making and handling, and we'll do a separate blog post on that because there's a lot to understand for those of you that need additional tax controls and functionality. So that said, this has been a video overview of InkSoft release 3.15 that's coming soon. We just wanted to give you advanced understanding of what to expect from that release.